gather around the table once again for another session of Dungeons and Drakfus, and today we're taking on the second of 3 5-mans that actually came out for patch 4.3, Hour of Twilight, along with the raid that concludes the storyline of Cataclysm. So, we've already journeyed very far into the future and saw the end time. It's time for us to go back in time 10,000 years to the very moment of the sundering, to the shattering of the Well of Eternity. So before we do that, let's go ahead and go over the lore of the Well of Eternity. 10,000 years in the past, the Night Elven capital of Zinashari was magnificent, a sparkling metropolis situated on the shores of the Well of Eternity. It was here that the aristocratic Highborn first opened a portal into the twisting nether and invited the Burning Legion to invade Azeroth. Under the command of the Night Elven Queen, Azshara, they now pour their energies into the portal, preparing it for the terrifying and glorious entrance of the demon god Sargeras. Alright, so it's time for us to go in, and while we're there, we're also going to secure the Dragon Soul itself, so that we can then bring it back here to take care of Deathwing in our present time. Let's go ahead and step into the Well of Eternity.
I see you've arrived. This is the eve of the Sundering, when the collapse of the Well of Eternity fractured the continents of the world.
Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this in with another Stormu.
We will snatch up the Dragon Soul before it is lost to the mists of time. But first, you must bring down the protective wards of Azshara's highborn lackeys. You will find them within the palace. I will scout on ahead. Good luck, heroes.
So let's go ahead and turn this in. Let us proceed. In unending numbers, between us and the Dragon Soul lies a legion of demons. They will have to be dispatched before we proceed. If my timing is correct, and it usually is, a young night elf named Illidan Stormrage should be crossing our path shortly. He will undoubtedly be of some use when it comes to demon hunting. Help Illidan disable the demon's portals, then slay their leader, Parathon. Okay, then we also have Allure Me again. So let's go ahead and take the quest from her. Documenting the Time Ways. You, Drakfu, was it? You assisted with our archival in the past. Well, technically it was the future, but I believe you understand. Time is highly relative. I require more information for our archive. While you and Nosdormu don't intend to overwrite this time strand, as you did in the end time, we can still benefit from more data. I require information on Captain Varathin, one of Azshara's pretty little handmaidens, and... Oh, how about that big Felguard just down those stairs? Okay, so you need to get that. And now we can go ahead and get things started.
He is near, lurking in the shadows. I can sense it. You, Felguard, hold this area. The rest of you, secure the courtyard.
So the cool part about this is that there's actually a full-on story that unfolds in this dungeon. It's actually my personal favorite of the three, the way that it works. But let's go ahead and take care of this big Felguard, and right now we actually do not look proper, but that's just the way that the Caverns of Time work. So we've taken care of that. Oh. And look, it's our buddy Illidan!
A chance fighting alongside one another.
Yeah, we probably do. Let's go ahead and team up with Illidan then. The shadows will hide us well. I am concealed by this shadow cloak, and can imbue its magics onto you. It will not make us invisible, but as long as we keep our distance from our foes, we will remain hidden. I am ready to be hidden by your shadow cloak!
We now hide in shadows.
Anything outside...
our enemies.
Basically, he's saying anything outside the circle, if you stray too far, then you will be seeable. So you need to be careful. But you can see, like, dude, that's a lot of demons right there. That's a lot of demons to be taking on. So let's see. Anything outside of that circle around you will not be able to see you, but the illusion will fade if you attack or take damage. I suggest you remain hidden unless I say otherwise. These demons are too powerful to face head-on and in full force. Let's go!
Come with me if you'd like to live long enough to see me save this world. So many demons, not enough time. I will hold them back so we can get past. Be ready.
Okay. So this is basically what he's doing. So you just go through the smoke screen, and now you can go past.
Is fading. I'm going through.
And now all we got to do is take care of these portal crystals. And the way you take care of them is by taking care of the demons and the arcanists that are around them. There we go. Okay, so now we just take care of the first portal focus.
Destroy the crystals so we can move on. Leaving. Stay close.
So with less portals, there's actually less demons coming through.
Palace.
Okay, so here's our next portal focus. We'll take care of that one. It's cool, we're working with Illidan.
First kill. For the Legion.
There we go. That's two.
Portal energy focus. We're leaving. Stay close.
Okay, so he's gonna pull his little trick again. We gotta stick close to Illidan.
The stench of sulfur and brimstone. These portals are as foul as the demons themselves.
Yes, they are. Come on, Illidan. Looks like they've got only one portal left to work with, so we need to close that now. And going up here should do it. Yep. So we have another Legion demon.
Cut this one down from the shadows. My blades hung. Let us shut down this final portal and finish this.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.
They stand unaware that their deaths are for the Legion.
There we go. Okay.
Destroy
this.
the portal energy focus. We're leaving. Stay close.
So it's time for us to officially take on their Lieutenant Paratharn.
The demons should be leaving. We will be at the palace in no time.
Good to know.
Who shut down the portals? Clever little worms.
The
All
demons
right.
are no longer pouring from the palace. We can move ahead.
Yay! So all you gotta do is just meet in the main courtyard. And we will take on the first boss of the Well of Eternity, Paratharn.
Another demon ready to be slaughtered.
There he is. So he's a satyr.
None will reach the palace without besting Paratharn, first of the Fell-Touched.
Oh, really? Well, then I guess we'll have to kill you.
How can this be?
The hunter became the prey.
Oh, now our next mission is to distract Queen Azshara. Oh no. So I believe that Illidan will give us another task. Such a foolish creature trying to challenge us. His rancid corpse will serve as a reminder to the Legion of the power of Illidan's Stormrage. The Shadow Cloak's magic is fading, concealing us no longer. It was fun while it lasted, but I prefer a more direct approach to bringing death to my enemy. You fought well. Where I'm heading, I need to go alone. Farewell and good luck,
You did
Illidan!
well, but for now I must continue alone. Good hunting.
So technically, you would have actually turned a quest in with him. We're not going to worry too much about that. First of all, let's go ahead and go over the lore of Paratharn. Like many of his fellow Nightborn, Paratharn swore allegiance to the corrupted Xavius in exchange for gifts of demonic power. As a master of fiendish magic and recipient of the Satyr Curse, Paratharn stands outside Azshara's palace in defense of the Burning Legion, ready to destroy those hoping to disrupt the entrance of the Dark Titan, Sargeras, into Azeroth. Alright, so now we need to move on into the next encounter, which is actually ascending Azshara's palace. Now, let's go ahead and turn this in with the Dormu.
In time, all things are possible.
Good, we march on. Alright, the Vainglorious. Queen Azshara and her royal guard lie ahead of us. We cannot afford the possibility of any interference with our plan, so we will take the fight to her before she has a chance to meddle. It is quite unlikely that she will kill Azshara today. Very few coherent timelines exist along that branch. Consider it a victory if you are simply able to occupy her attention, however temporarily. Okay, so that's our next mission. Because the next boss that we're going to be actually facing off against is Queen Azshara herself. So let's go ahead and make our way up to her. Oh no, and there's Eyes of the Legion. By the way, this is such a cool glass staircase to go up. That's awesome. Love how that's designed. Let's keep on going. But as you can see, all of the area around Zinashari is a demon wasteland. It's just all burning. There's even dragons trying to help out, and it's not working out so well for them. Yeah, this is not a good time in the history of Azeroth. At all. Oh, cool. And we just got the Waterworn Handguards. And I didn't have them. I did not have that appearance. That's awesome. Oh, these Royal Handmaidens. We need them. Because this is another thing that we actually need to archive. And there she is, Queen Azshara herself. So, before we actually take her on, let's go ahead and go over the lore of Queen Azshara. The songs of Queen Azshara's beauty, majesty, and power are too numerous to count, but it was her vanity that drove the Highborn to summon the Burning Legion. She now watches her most trusted magi empower the portal where Sargeras will be brought into Azeroth, content to let multitudes of her servants die in advance of the Dark Titan's arrival. Yeah, not a good person, and in fact, I have a feeling we'll be seeing her again in Battle for Azeroth, and in her more appropriate form as leader of the Naga. So all you gotta do at this point is just start things up with Azshara.
Welcome. You are here to join us in the coming celebration? No. A pity. I have no time for such diversions. Keepers of Eternity, will you stand for your queen?
I pray that the light of 1,000 moons will grant me this honor.
So this is basically what you do the entire time.
Strangers would oppose your queen's will. Who will stop them?
Yes, Light of Lights. My life is yours.
Believe it or not, they're all mind controlled. We actually find out in one of the books that she's very powerful magically.
My beloved subjects, put an end to these
The flower of life calls upon me. I will
Serve
not fail
Azshara.
Oh, yes, so this is technically one way that this could end for us, so we gotta interrupt it.
My temper will never.
There we go.
As much
Oh,
as I
jeez.
adore playing hostess, I have more pressing matters to attend to.
Jiminy Christmas. That's actually a really good model. I've liked it to this day.
To me.
Because it just looks like she's freaking arrogant.
At your side, my queen.
Oh, and here's Captain Verathen, by the way, her captain of the guard.
My noble
Boom.
then, do return and dispose of this murderous band.
It is them.
Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, jeez. And the bronze dragonflight has come to help.
Sent by Nosdormu. Quickly, on our backs. We must get you to the Dragon Soul.
Okay, so technically you can skip this part, but we're going to show the lore here because a lot of people haven't necessarily seen it. They just skip it because everybody else does. So let's go ahead and go over the incidents that happened
Sister, look!
when trying to swipe the Dragon Soul.
Surrounded by an aura of darkness. The aspects.
So these are all the aspect models. Ysera.
Come, sister. It is time to end this. We will cleanse the Dragon Soul of the old god's dark influence.
Dark force from within the Dragon Soul reacts violently.
You touch my creation.
Oh no, Deathwing!
Mine.
Nabarian! What have you done? You have doomed us all to the madness of the old gods.
Mine.
He is lost to our sister. He is Neltharion.
The power of the soul is tearing him apart.
Yeah.
I will not be denied.
Jeez.
Old gods, protect the soul. The link to the portal must be broken. Quickly, to Stormrage.
That kind of explains the circumstances around Deathwing. Technically, I believe Malagos is supposed to be here at this point. No, I think he's dealing with other things. And then you also saw Sori Dormi, who is the consort
portal, brother.
of Nosdormu. Oh, yes, by the way.
Being maintained by the will of a powerful demon, Manaroth. I cannot break his will alone.
So here's young Malfurion Stormrage, young Tyrande, and young Illidan.
Break it for you.
He knows what we attempt. We have not much time. The forest grows with his demons.
Let them come.
Mother Moon,
That's Illidan.
guide us through this darkness.
Tyrande gains the Blessing of Elune. Now, we're not going to worry about this too much. We're going to let them kind of do their thing. Let's turn this in with Nosdormu.
Is this moment.
We are but moments away from the Dragon Soul. The path to the Dragon Soul. I cannot simply fly up and grab the Dragon Soul. The old gods protect it. To make matters worse, their shield is strengthened by the swirling arcane energies that emanate from the Well of Eternity, and those energies are being focused by the great demon Manaroth. Distract Manaroth, and the link between the Dragon Soul and the Well will be broken. Without the Well's power, the old god's ward will be weakened, and the Dragon Soul will be vulnerable. And then, I will take it. So, that's our next task, is we have to take care of Manaroth. But first of all, let's go ahead and take care of the demons around the area. All you gotta do is summon one of them, I think. Yep, they'll all come down, and you want to stand right in the Light of Elune. Because every attack that we do will deal additional arcane damage. So we'll just go ahead and keep plowing these guys down. It's like mowing the lawn, everybody. There you go.
Weak, pitiful creatures. Hardly worthy of being called a legion.
Yeah, it's time for us to make our way a little bit closer to Manaroth. Now, Malfurion doesn't really make his way here until later. There we go.
Oh, this will
Illidan,
be fun.
what is in that vial? What are you doing?
Wait, I have an idea.
The dialogue's actually a little
But
fast.
our people could not.
Illidan douses himself with the waters of eternity. And now we get this effect.
Yes, I can feel the raw power of the Well of Eternity. It is time to end this charade.
So we'll bring this Abyssal Doombringer over. And boom! There you go. And that frees up Varathen. And then we can take care of Manaroth.
Follow them. See that I am not disrupted by this rabble.
High Guard, to arms! For your queen! For Ajara!
Yeah, we'll take care of these guys. And then we have Varathen and Manaroth. I think it's only... Yeah, so...
Manaroth is mine.
Okay, let's go ahead and go over the lore, and I'm just going to warn people in advance. There's a lot to this event, and we're going to showcase as much of it as we can, but as you can see, the dialogue's kind of broken now, so we'll show as much of it as we possibly can, and if I can, I'll also link some time travel in Azeroth so you can get this information too, probably even the story of Illidan Stormrage. That'll probably help. Let's go ahead and go over the lore really quick. Varathen, head of Queen Ajara's personal guard, and Manaroth, the Pit Lord, whose blood will corrupt the entire Orc race, stand as the last line of defense against those hoping to bar Sargeras' entry into Azeroth. Though both Tyrande and Illidan have fought bravely thus far, the fate of Azeroth will be decided at the Well of Eternity's very brink. So all you have to do is take care of Varathen, and boom!
Ajara! Light, lights!
Come, Storm.
I am sorry.
And I will show you what happens to those that betray the Lord of the Legion.
Throw the sword at him.
The demons. Elune, guide my arrows.
The sword has pierced his infernal armor. Strike him down.
I'm gonna let you do the work, dude.
I will not fail you. sweep your molten fist through this world. So yes, I can feel his burning eyes upon me. He is close, so close. And then your world will be unmade.
Infernals rain from the sky! No! There we go.
The portal is collapsing.
No! This victory will not be ripped.
Thank you for your help, stranger. You fight well. I hope to fight you again in the future.
I will not be torn from this pitiful world. No! No!
Dragon's soul's link to the portal has been broken. The soul plummets downwards towards the well. And Nosdormu has claimed it. So we have what we need.
The dragon's soul is safe once again. Quickly, into the time portal before this world sunders.
But before we do that, there's actually a little bit of lore that you could take on here.
Malfurion.
Hush, Tyrande. Where is Illidan?
By the very edge.
That's not the very edge.
Brother, a timely arrival.
Illidan! The well is out of control!
Aye. It's been twisted and turned by too many spells. The fuss we, especially you, made with the portal was too much. The same spell that sent the Burning Legion back into their foul realm now works on the well. It's devouring itself and taking its surroundings with it. Fascinating, isn't it?
Not if we're caught up in it. Why weren't you running? What have you been doing with your hand in the well?
His hand hasn't been in the well.
If
It's
you're
supposed to be in
way
lore.
out of here, we should probably use it. I've tried casting myself and Tyrande out of here, but the well is too much in flux.
This way.
Okay, so they actually kind of show you the way to be able to exit the Well of Eternity dungeon.
But I thank you. Without your aid, our world would be... I do not wish to think about it. Moon Goddess, light your path.
And she'll give you a little bit of a bless. So you've been blessed by Tyrande. Okay, before we wrap things up, though, we have some quests to turn in. One with Allure Me, because we gathered all of her archive subjects.
What brings you here?
We rarely enjoy the opportunity to employ a brave monk like you. Our archive grows more than thorough, thanks to your efforts. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Grab the chest card. And Chromie has one for us.
Have we done this before?
I'm sure you have. All right, so the Hour of Twilight. There's no need to stand around here forever. Have you forgotten? We can control time, especially since you got rid of that Murazan fellow back in the future. That dragon soul that you just liberated, Thrall already has it in your present day, and he's going to need your help. You ready to go? So we don't want to go just yet, but this is technically a teleport right into the next one. Let's see if we got anything. Ooh, Manaroth's Signet. Awesome. And I'll also just go ahead and follow these guys. Follow Illidan, Malfurion, and Tyrande out of the instance. But yeah, technically these were supposed to be linked. So Nosdormu would bring you into the Well of Eternity. Chromie would bring you to the Hour of Twilight. And that's literally the name of the last dungeon. And then we head into the Dragon Soul raid. All you would need to do at this point, though, is just use the time transit device to get back to the entrance portal of the Well of Eternity. So the garden entrance. Boom. And that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. So when we get back, it's time for us to go back to present time. Now that we have the Dragon Soul and Thrall has it in his grasp, it's time to get it to the aspects at Wyrmrest Temple. And that was what we will do in the next instance, Hour of Twilight. We'll see you then.